You were dust on my dashboard, coffee on my sleeve, laughing out the window at a world we had to leave. Sunday on the blacktop, your boots on my dash. You said love's just a moment, I swore it always lasts. We carved our names in oak wood by that rusted county bridge. You said you'd jump forever if forever meant like this. I kissed your worries quiet under harvest moon and smoke. You said, boy, just don't you promise things you can't hold like a rope. But I'm still halfway back to you on every two-lane that I drive through. Every now leaving sign feels like I'm leaving you behind. If love's a road, I'm stuck on this view, mile after mile of missing you. I turn the key, but the truth shines through. I'm still halfway back to you. You packed two broken suitcases, folded fury, folded hope. Took the magnet off the fridge, left your ring beside a note. Said I need someone steady, not a storm in worn out jeans. I can't raise our kids on wishes and those half-remembered dreams. I watched your taillights shrinking like a prayer that came too late. Beer got warm there in my hand, my pride burned into shame. Neighbors watched through curtains like a small-town evening show. I just stood there in the gravel, let that gravel have my soul. 'Cause I'm still halfway back to you on every song the jukebox choose. Every slow dance in this bar, I see your hands, I feel your scars. If love's a road, I'm stuck on this view, mile after mile of missing you. I spin in place like a truck can do. I'm still halfway back to you. I tried to hate your leaving, tried to curse your daddy's name, tried to blame this town, this house, tried to drown you in the rain. But your ghost drinks in my kitchen, wears my shirt and hums off key, reaching for that chip blue coffee cup like you're right here next to me. Oh. Your toothbrush is on the counter, your dress hangs on the door. The grocery list you scribbled still curl up on the floor. Milk, eggs, call mom flowers with a heart beside my name. I trace it with my thumb and wonder when forever changed its frame. Your mama meets me Fridays at that diner off the square. She still orders what you used to, leaves your portion in the chair. She says, boy, you look so tired, like you've driven through your youth. I stir my coffee, try to smile, but my eyes confess the truth, that I'm still halfway back to you on every future I walk through. Every baby in a stroller, every hand on someone's shoulder. If love's a road, I'm stuck on this view, mile after mile of missing you. I swear I've changed, if you only knew. I'm still halfway back to you. I quit the Friday poker, sold the boat, paid off the loan, fixed the screen door like you asked, hung some curtains in our home. There's a garden out there growing where your wildflowers used to be. I learned to follow planting seasons like you taught me patiently. I talk to you at sundown on that back porch swing that squeaks, tell you about the neighbor's dog, how the roof still leaks. I practice all my apologies on the wind and on my beard. I say, girl, I get it now, but you ain't here to hear. Still, I'm halfway back to you through every choice I didn't choose, every slam door, every fight, when I pick being proud over being right. If love's a road, I'm stuck on this view, mile after mile of missing you. I'd trade this house, this life, this pew, just to get all the way. Dust motes dancing in the afternoon light through the kitchen window pane. Caught a glint off that old silver frame on the mantelpiece, just the same as it's been since you went away. A faded photograph crinkled at the edges shows a summer day. Sun on our young faces, a love so clear like water in the river. Now just a memory, a silent, lonely shiver. Remember that old Ford, rust on the bumper? We drove it down to Miller's Creek. Felt like kings, no need to speak, just the sound of the tires, a steady rhythm squeak, and your hand in mine so soft and weak. A faded photograph crinkled at the edges shows a summer day. Sun on our young faces, a love so clear like water in the river. Now just a memory, a silent, lonely shiver. Said, boy, don't you rush it, but your laugh pulled me in like a moth to a flame, a sweet, sweet sin. Never thought our story would ever thin, or that joy would ever truly begin to end. A faded photograph crinkled at the edges shows a summer day. Sun on our young faces, a love so clear like water in the river. Now just a memory, a silent, lonely shiver. You pouring whiskey at the rusty nail, name tag crooked, telling some tall tale about leaving this town, about changing your name. I was nursing heartache and cheap house wine, boots kicked up on that neon sign. Just another lost soul stuck in the same old frame. But you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turned every day put back roads on my heart. You laugh to think on my busted arm, said back a crooked compass ever do you harm. I said it points everywhere, said where I'm meant to be. You took a napkin, drew a little star, right where this town is on the map so far. Said, boy, sometimes the place you're running from holds the key. Could you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, the flame in the dark turned every dead end into some kind of star. Yeah, you caught me falling apart in a bar full of lies and a jukebox of scars. You put that roads on my heart. Next week Sunday, we were skipping church, tailgate pew on a riverbank perch, sun burning holes in that blue sky dome. You stole my ball cap, jumped in the stream, said love ain't love, it's a long haul dream. I said, if you're the journey, this fool's found home. You put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, the flame in the dark turned every dead end into some kind of start. You took every broken part by the water and willows and your bare wet arms. You put back roads on my heart. We hit 30 states in a beat-up Ford, fast food cups in a dashboard, Lord, change in the ashtray, blankets in the back, your boots on the dash, bare feet on the glass, radio live like a miles roll past, talking about forever like a well-worn track. Every mile marker, every sunrise brand new, all those wide open spaces still felt smaller than you. Yeah, you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark turned every dead end into some kind of start. You took every broken part, turned them into verses and late night sparks. You put back roads on my heart. I ain't saying it's easy, we fight like thunder, love like rain, slamming doors on a Tuesday, slow dancing barefoot in the kitchen again. Oh yeah. You slam that pan on the stove, I swear I'm sleeping in my truck, but one soft sorry from your lips, I'm staying for good. Baby, that's our kind of luck. It was that night by your daddy's lane. You said these fields are all I understand. Thought I'd see regret hiding in your eyes, but you pointed out where the oak tree grows, said right there's where the good stuff shows. Roots dig deep when the storm clouds rise. You don't need some big city, you don't need some fancy plan. You just need one stubborn fool who won't let go of your hand. And you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark turned every dead end into some kind of star. You took that runaway part, sat it down on your porch in the yard. You put back roads on my heart. Now there's baby shoes on the kitchen chair, your old flannel on the rocking chair, little fingerprints on every window pane. We're late on a payment, but right on time for swing set squeals and muddy blue eyes, making up stories. Wind howling down these canyons, dry as a bone my throat. Another sunrise bleeding red, no promise in its glow. Yeah, promises, they break easy, like sun-baked earth. Love's a hard wind blowing, hard wind blowing through me. Takes what it wants, leaves just dust. Love's a hard wind blowing free. Remember her laugh, a river, cool water on my face. Now just a cracked, dry riverbed, no comfort, no trace. Just echoes, empty echoes in this hollow space. Love's a hard wind blowing through me. Takes what it wants, leaves just dust. Love's a hard wind blowing free. You were pouring whiskey at the Rusty Nail, name tag crooked, telling some tall tale about leaving this town, about changing your name. I was nursing heartache and cheap house wine, boots kicked up on that neon sign, just another lost soul stuck in the same old frame. But you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turn every dead end into some kind of star. Yeah, call me falling apart, in a bar full of lies and a jukebox of scars. You put back roads on my heart. You laughed at the ink on my busted arm, said that crooked compass ever do you harm. I said it points everywhere except where I'm meant to be. You took a napkin and drew a little star right where this town is on the map so far. I said, boy, sometimes the place you're running from holds the key. Cause you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turned every dead end into some kind of star. Yeah, you called me falling apart, in a bar full of lies and a jukebox of scars. You put back roads on my heart. Next week, Sunday, we were skipping church, tailgate pew on a riverbank perch, sun burning holes in that blue sky dome. You stole my ball cap, jumped in a stream, said love ain't luck, it's a long haul dream. I said if you're the journey, this fool's found home. You put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turned every dead end into some kind of star. Yeah, you called me falling apart by the water and willows and your bare wet arms. You put back roads on my heart. We hit 30 states in a beat-up Ford, fast food cups and a dashboard, Lord, changing the ashtray blankets in the back. Your boots on the dash, bare feet on the glass, radio loud, let the miles roll past, talking about forever like a well-worn track. Every mile marker, every sunrise brand new, all those wide open spaces still felt smaller than you. Yeah, you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turned every dead end into some kind of star. You took every broken part, turned them into verses and late night sparks. You put back roads on my heart. I ain't saying it's easy, we fight like thunder, love like rain, slamming doors on a Tuesday, slow dancing barefoot in the kitchen again. Oh yeah, you slam that pan on the stove, I swear I'm sleeping in my truck, but one soft sorry from your lips and I'm staying for good, baby, that's our kind of luck. There was a night by your daddy's land, you said these fields are all I understand, thought I see regret hiding in your eyes. But you pointed out where the oak tree grows, said right there's where the good stuff shows, roots dig deep when the storm clouds rise. You don't need some big city, you don't need some fancy plan, you just need one stubborn fool who won't let go of your hand. And you put back roads on my heart, dust on my plans, a flame in the dark, turned every dead end into some kind of star. Yeah, you took that runaway paw, set it down on your porch in the yard. You put back roads on my heart. Now those baby shoes on the kitchen chair, your old flannel on the rocking chair, little fingerprints on every window pane. We're late on the payment but right on time for swing set squeals and muddy blue eyes, making up stories when it at the window, coffee steam on your cheeks, bare feet on that old tile, humming something off key. Sun sneaking through the curtains, dust dancing in the air. I said if this ain't heaven, and I don't think heaven's there. 'Cause I could sit on this front porch forever, watch your hair kids that laid on the sky. Every crack in this concrete is better with your hand in mine, letting the day roll by. If this old house falls down altogether, if the good times pack up and drive, I don't need much, just you in this weather, and a front porch forever by your side. You were mad about the dishes, I was late home from town. You talk with your hands flying, I just tried not to drown. In the flood of your blue eyes, in the way your voice shakes, when you think that I'm not listening, yo, I always stay. 'Cause I could sit on this front porch forever, even when thunder splits the sky. We can fight about nothing and then get better, lose and find each other in the same old life. If this old house falls down altogether, if the good times pack up and drive, I don't need much, just you in this weather, and a front porch forever by your side. The first time that you kissed me, truck door slammed too hard, radio spelling love songs, moonlight over my yard. You said, boy, don't you dare hurt me, with a smile to try to hide all the times you've been broken before you stepped inside. Now there's pictures on the mantle, boots by every door, all the things we never planned on turned to all that I hope for. And I could sit on this front porch together, counting pills and passing time. You'd say, tell me about forever, I'd say, girl, it looks like you tonight. If this old house falls down altogether, if the good times pack up and drive, I don't need much, just you in this weather, and a front porch forever by your side. There's a crack in the step by your rocking chair from the night that you danced in the rain. There's a dent in the rail where you threw your ring when I forgot your birthday again. I'm sorry. There's a hard carved fate in the splintered wood, two initials, 1 July. Every mark on this porch tells the story of every reason why. Kids grew like summer corn, shoes by the door in ties, homework on the table, braces, tears, crooked smiles. You cried when our boy left for a town 3 hours away. I held you on this old swing till the sky turned gray. Now it's quieter at supper time, just the clock and what we say. We move a little slower, let the songs all fade, but you still
met you by the ice machine, dusty pumps at 17. You were buying cherry coke, laughing at your own bad jokes. Sunburn on my farmer's tan. You said nice truck, I said hop in if you ain't got plans. You said guess I'm in love. It's that back road kind of forever, hand in mine through any weather. From red clay ruts to some tucks and a white dress. Yeah, this wild heart slow dance feeling got me spun out to the ceiling. If this is love, then I ain't scared to confess. Back road kind of forever, I ain't settling for less. We missed the county fair that night, took the long way, lost the light. Parked out by the old state line, radio low, you were all I could find. Fireflies in a mason jar, your bare feet on my dash. You traced your name across my arm, said, boy, don't you let this pass. It's that back road kind of forever, hand in mine through any weather. From red clay ruts to some tucks and a white dress. Yeah, this wild heart slow dance feeling got me spun out to the ceiling. If this is love, then I ain't scared to confess. Back road kind of forever, I ain't settling for less. Years roll by like mile mark signs, cheap perfume and cheap red wine, apartment couch, late night news. We were broke, just paying dues. You work doubles, I work nights. We made coffee, our best friend. I'd kiss your hand beneath the lights, swear this grind would end. Every bill, every fight, every wrong turn turned out right. Cause you stayed, I stayed too. What else could I do? For that back road kind of forever, hand in mine through any weather. From red clay ruts to some tucks and a white dress. Yeah, this wild heart slow dance feeling got me spun out to the ceiling. If this is love, then I ain't scared to confess. Back road kind of forever, I ain't settling for less. And then came tiny cowboy boots, left beside the front door mat, smiling face and Sunday suits. You said think he's got your laugh. We traded bars for baseball games, late night drives for pillow forts. You braided hair, I called out plays. We found joy in the small reports. Every dad, every mom, little scribbles on the wall. Every mess, every tear pulled our hearts near. It's that back road kind of forever, family choir singing together. From red clay ruts to a house full of loud kids. Yeah, this wild heart slow dance feeling, now it's four hearts at the ceiling. If this is love, I'm glad we never called it quits. Back road kind of forever, yeah, I'm all in for this. And yeah, one day we'll be rocking chairs, sunset in your silver hair, wrinkled hands and reading glasses, laughing at those reckless past. So say, can you believe that girl who climbed into that dusty truck? I'll say best wrong turn in the world. You smile, guess we pushed our love. Oh yeah, for that back road kind of forever, hand in mine through failing weather. From red clay ruts to the tremble in our knees. Yeah, this wild heart slow dance feeling still comes back, hits me reeling. If this is love, I'll take it on my tired feet. Back road kind of forever, you still make my life complete. And if I go before you do, don't you cry for long, my dear. Turn the key, chase something new, feel the wind erase your fear. But when that gravel hums just right and the sky burns soft and low, know I'm right riding with you tonight. In that cab, you ain't alone. Said, back room.
Sun coming up on your old screen door. Coffee in your cup, bare feet on my floor. You laugh at my hair, say I sleep too late, but you still kiss my cheek, say we're gonna be great. Your suitcase sat there by that crooked chair. I memorized every thread, every scar, every tear, till the day it was gone and you backed down the drive, and the dust from your tires took the light from my eyes. But you came back anyway, pulled in slow like a prayer. I forgot how to pray all night. I'm fine, fell apart in your name. Every mile you drove washed away my blame. I swore I lost you, swore it was too late, but you turned that wheel and you changed our fate, baby. I pushed your heart away and you came back anyway. I remember rain on that dining room. You stared at your hand, said you wanted the truth. I hid behind pride like a worn-out shield, too scared of the hurt that you made me feel. You circled your finger around your paper cup, said I can't keep falling just to watch you get up. I watched you walk out through that glass and chrome, and I called that night freedom, but it felt like alone. Still you came back anyway, like a song on the wind. I once threw away all my goodbyes, all my burning bridges turned into smoke and second chances. I swore I lost you, swore it was too late, but you turned that wheel and you changed our fate, baby. I pushed your heart away and you came back anyway. There were late night bars, there were strangers' names, too loud rooms trying to drown out your flame. I laughed too hard at somebody's joke, but the quiet walk home told the truth that I spoke. I kept your note in my glove box door, folded and worn like a prayer from the war. Love isn't easy, but it's worth the scars. If you ever get brave, you know where we are. I read those lines at every red light, felt that shame in the dashboard light, till one small town sign and a midnight sky made me finally drop my pride. So you came back anyway, but not 'cause I begged, not 'cause I made you stay. You came back strong, you came back sure. Said I want your heart, but I need it pure. I swore I lost you, swore it was too late, but you stood right there at my front gate, baby. I pushed your heart away and you came back anyway. You said I don't need perfect, I just need honest. I don't want promises if you can't keep them. But if you're still in this, if you still want us, take off your armor, let me see you bleed, then heal. So I told you about the nights that I got it wrong, all the times I left when I should've held on. Told you about my father and his slam screen doors, how I learned to run long before I learned more. You didn't flinch, didn't turn your head, just traced every crack in the words I said. You took my hand like you always had, said we can grow good from whatever's been bad, and you stayed here anyway. Even when the storm rolled in and the sky turned gray, through every fight, every Before I lose you, swore you'd drive away, but you packed your faith for another day, baby. I pushed your heart away, and you stayed here anyway. There's a porch swing squeak to our everyday. Half-finished projects in the yard halfway. Burnt toast mornings and lawn chairs at night. We're a little bit crooked, but we're holding on tight. There's a dent in your You showed up late to your sister's wedding, hair pinned up with a pencil you found, boots in your hand, heels in your purse, laughing too loud, spinning around. You said these boots ain't even mine, I just kinda borrowed their shine. I thought if that's how you treat a living, how you gonna handle a heart like mine? But you took my hand like Sunday morning, soft and sure and a little shy. You said, I don't dance, but I'll try for you under those cheap string lights. Now every step's a small forever, every song keeps turning into one more try. I guess I was wrong about borrowed boots, 'cause you've been walking with me all this time. Summer rolled in on a rusted Chevy. You pulled up, radio stuck on one song, window stuck too, so you had to shout, get in, this drive won't be long. We got lost twice past Miller's pasture, gravel popping, fireflies in flight. You pointed out every house you wanted, I just watched your face in the porch light. You took my doubts like Sunday laundry, hung them out in the open sky. You said, let the wind say what it wants to, we just watch those minutes drive. Now every mile's a soft confession, every back road turns into a sign. Guess I was wrong about borrowed time, 'cause you make every second feel like mine. Your mama cried when the dog got older, you held her hand on the kitchen floor. I fixed the screen that kept on sticking, you whispered thank you and nothing more. Later that night in the driveway gravel, you kicked a stone, tried not to tear up, said I'm scared of losing folks I'm loving. I said, darling, we're just filling up. You took my feel like black coffee, poured it out, filled my cup with light. You said we can't keep anything forever, but we can hold on to tonight. Now every ache's a kind of blessing, every crack lets me see your fight. Guess I was wrong about breaking both things, you turned my pieces into something right. We've had slammed doors, late night phone calls, rain in the bedroom where the roof leaked through. We've had birthdays I almost ruined, saying the wrong thing at the worst time too. But somehow you keep choosing this crooked road with all its signs. You keep showing up in borrowed boots, and somehow they fit just fine on you. So take my name like Sunday letters,
Written slow on a back porch line. You said I ain't perfect, but I'm trying. I said perfect never crossed my mind. Now every scar's a secret language, every laugh's a little proof we survive. Guess I was wrong about stories ending, 'cause ours keeps adding one more line. We got a place with a leaning mailbox. Paint flakes off when the seasons change. You plant flowers in crooked circles. Say I like 'em wild, can't keep 'em tame. There's a dent in the fridge from moving day where we dropped it and almost cried. Now it's our favorite stupid memory of how we learn as we collide. You take my days like Polaroids, baby, shaking color into every frame. You said we're gonna age, might as well enjoy it. Laugh at each wrinkle, each middle name. Now every dish in the sink is a promise. Every mess that we make feels like a sign. Guess I was wrong about picture perfect. I just want your chaos tangled with mine. Storm came through on a Monday evening, lightning walking across the field. Power went out, you found some candles, said guess our plans are kinda sealed. We played cards till the deck got tired, told old stories in that waxy glow. You traced a heart on the dusty table, whispered there's something you should know. You took my breath like sudden thunder, held it close and let it go slow. You said if you aim, you out, don't dare enjoy it. Laugh at each wrinkle, each middle name. Now every dish in the sink is a promise. Every mess that we make feels like a sign. Guess I was wrong about picture perfect. I just want your chaos tangled with mine.
Pouring coffee at the Flying J, name on your tax said ain't your rate. You laughed when I asked if you believed in fate, said only when it shows up early, never late. Boots on towel, rain on the diesel tanks, your hair tucked up in that ball cat. Thanks for the extra cream and the second glance, for the quiet maybe in a stranger's chance. You're the back roads of my heart, girl, the long way home. I always take every mile, every fence line, every wrong turn that I've made leads me right back to your front porch, to your bare feet on that old pine floor. You're the back roads of my heart, girl. I ain't searching anymore. First day Friday at the county fair, you said I hate crowds, but you met me there. Grease on our fingers from a paper plate, you stole my fries, said boy you're late. Ferris wheel shaking when it reached the top, you grabbed my arm, said please don't stop. Your eyes found mine in the carnival light, I forgot every heartbreak I'd had that night. You're the back roads of my heart, girl, the long way home. I always take every mile, every fence line, every wrong turn that I made leads me right back to your front porch, to your bare feet on that old pine floor. You're the back roads of my heart, girl. I ain't searching anymore. Summer bled into September gold, truck bed blankets when the nights turn cold. You traced your name in the window fog, said promise me we won't get lost in the fog. I showed you the spot where the river bands, where Daddy used to fish with his old best friends. You listened quiet when my voice turned raw, then kissed the hurt out of every scar you saw. I'd been running from town to town, from one half smile to the next let down. You said, sit still, boy, I feel that wind. Some things you don't outrun, you let them in. You're the back road to my heart, girl, the long way home I always take. Every mile, every fence line, every wrong turn that I make leads me right back to your front porch, to your bare feet on that old pine floor. You're the back roads of my heart, girl. I ain't searching anymore. We bought that house with the leaning shed, peeling paint in a rusted bed. You laughed, said, baby, it's just like us, a little run down, but it's worth the trust. You planted roses by the mailbox post, hung our pictures where we needed them most, handwritten notes on the fridge door glass. Take the trash out and please let the small things pass. Love ain't fireworks in a summer sky, it's tissues in the sink and the reasons why you stay when the storms roll over the roof. It's saying I'm sorry before you have the proof. We fall like thunder on a Tuesday night. You slam that door, I killed the light. I slipped sideways on the edge of the bed. Stubborn pride where your warmth once spread. Sun came up on a mess of pride. 2 bucks, 1 note on the counter side. You wrote, I'm still here, just had to breathe. I don't walk out on the love we searching anymore. Met you where the gravel meets the busted county line. You were stealing cherries from the back of someone's vine. Dust on your boots, laugh lines in your smile. Said you wanna see trouble, ride with me a while. You're my back road heartbeat, thumping in my chest so loud. My Sunday morning, my Friday night, my quiet prayer, my rowdy crowd. When the world starts shaking and I don't know who I am, you're my back road heartbeat, I'll follow it again. You talk with your hands when you're mad, you pace the floor. You'll slam the screen door, cuss, and then come kiss me at the door. Yeah, you burn every dinner, we just laugh and call it
fade. Say, who needs a recipe when love still fills the plate? Yeah. You're my back road heartbeat, thumping in my chest so loud. My Sunday morning, my Friday night, my quiet prayer, my rowdy crowd. When the world starts shaking and I don't know who I am, you're my back road heartbeat, I'll follow it again. We got a crooked mailbox leaning like it knows our names, a dog that won't stop barking at the kids at ball games. You leave notes on napkins in my worn-out work truck cab. Drive safe, come home, you're still the best I ever had. You're my back road heartbeat, thumping in my chest so loud. My Sunday morning, my Friday night, my quiet prayer, my rowdy crowd. When the world starts shaking and I don't know who I am, you're my back road heartbeat, I'll follow it again. One day we'll be wrinkled, moving slow across this floor, counting all the little rings from glasses on this table board. If my memory fades and the names all slip away, I'll still know that rhythm that's been drumming every day. You're my back road heartbeat, thumping in my chest so loud. My Sunday morning, my Friday night, my quiet prayer, my rowdy crowd. When the world starts shaking and I don't know who I am, you're my back road heartbeat, I'll follow it again. So when they lay me down under red dirt, under sky, play that simple song of us, let it echo, let it ride. 'Cause love ain't in the headstones, it's the echo in your chest. You're my back road heartbeat, baby, you can keep the rest. Oh, yeah. Met you by the ice chest, dirt road, late July. Truck bed full of half-warm beer, sun still in your eyes. You laughed at my old ball cap, said it'd see some miles. I said I'd drive you anywhere just to see that smile. We got a tailgate to the stars, two hearts in one old car, love in a mason jar, shaking in the dark. We got grass on our jeans, sweet on your lips, gasoline. Who needs a map when I got your hand, baby? That's all I understand. Just you and me, and this beat up heart, tailgate to the stars. On my dashboard, bare feet by the fall. That
street below the cottonwoods, heard every secret, every call. He chased my name in red dust on its silver Chevy door. Said, it's just as what broke looks like. I don't perfect anymore. We got a tailgate to the stars, two hearts and one old car. Love in a mason jar, shaking in the dark. We got grass on our jeans, speed on your lips, gasoline. Who needs a map when I got your hand, baby? That's all I understand. Just you and me and this beat up heart. Tailgate to the stars. We learned how to fight soft, turn thunder into rain. You cried in my blue work shirt, mascara on the grain. Kitchen light at midnight, cold coffee, won't regret. I said, I ain't going anywhere. And said, you better not forget. We got a tailgate to the stars, two hearts and one old car. Love in a mason jar, shaking in the dark. We got grass on our jeans, sweet on your lips, gasoline. Who needs a map when I got your hand, baby? That's all I understand. Just you and me in this beat up heart. Tailgate to the stars. One day they'll sell that Chevy to some kid down the road. They'll crank up some new love song where our old stories roll. They'll never know our names, but they'll park where we once parked, where we promised forever under that big breathing dog. Yeah, forever. If the good Lord sips the porch light, calls one of us on home, promise me you'll keep my hat right there by the phone. When that burn storm hits you and you're standing in the yard, look up where we used to look. I won't be very far. We got a tailgate to the stars, Rolling late in that rusted Ford, dust on your boots on my front porch, coffee in your hand, half asleep. Said I didn't plan on falling this deep. You laughed it off, kicked at a stone, said guess I'm better when I'm not alone. I tried to speak, but my tongue got tied, 'cause every road I'd run just stopped and your eyes were running on a half tank, full hard windows down in the dark, singing every crooked mile into the stars. If the highway ends, we'll park on the shoulder of the sky. If it all falls apart, I still got your hand on my arm. Half tank, full heart. We got bills stacked up on the counter there. You're wearing my flannel, sitting in my chair, circling dates on an old wall chart, talking about someday like it's not that far. You say love ain't magic, it's mud and rain, it's late night fights and staying anyway. I kiss your wrist where the paint's still wet from fixing this house we ain't finished yet. We're running on a half tank, full hard windows down in the dark, singing every crooked mile into the stars. If the highway ends, we'll park on the shoulder of the sky. If it all falls apart, I still got your hand on my arm. Half tank, full heart. Your mama called, said she's doing fine, told you she can hear you in my laugh sometimes. Your daddy still checks on the weather up here, thinks that we're living off luck and beer. We missed that rent check by day last June. You cried in the kitchen, I hummed a tune. We danced between dishes and overdue cards. Your cheek on my chest, my fear in your arms. We're running on a half tank, full hard windows down in the dark, singing every crooked mile into the stars. If the highway ends, we'll park on the shoulder of the sky. If it all falls apart, I still got your hand on my arm. Half tank, yeah, that's all we are. Maybe we don't get that big red barn, white fence, big dogs, 10-acre yard. Maybe our castle is this broke down yard, two long chairs and a sky full of sparks. Maybe forever is a borrowed truck, a Friday paycheck and a little luck. If I lose it all, but I don't lose you, I'm rich in a way money can't undo. Oh yeah, there's a Polaroid stuck in the mirror frame. Your hair's all wild, we're both half insane, caught in the rain by the county line. You wrote on the bottom, glad you're mine. We've changed our plans more than I can count. Dreams got smaller, love got loud. We don't say perfect, we say try. We don't say always, we say stand by. We're running on a half tank, full hard windows down in the dark, singing every crooked mile into the stars. If the highway ends, we'll park on the shoulder of the sky. If it all falls apart, I still got your hand on my arm. Half tank, full heart. Someday we'll be gray on a Sunday swing, talking about the mess and the joy it brings. Your laugh will be softer, my back will be sore, but I'll still be reaching for you by the door. Kids all grown, chasing what they want, we'll sit in that quiet that used to haunt. You'll look at me with that same old spark, say guess we did alright with this half tank heart. We're running on a half tank,